Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Uncut. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this, my second channel, which plays the uncut and after-show part of the debate, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with all the Flat Earth Debate pre-show and after-show goodness. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere, and there's also a PayPal and crypto link in the info box below this video. Now, we're in the in-between stages of this live show, so there are quite a few people in the Hangout, and Anthony is also on Skype, so let's say hello to Anthony first. How you doing, Anthony?
Yo, yo.
Good to have you. Let's open the mic on the chaos.
His measurements or his evidence, is this supposed to show shape of the Earth or curvature?
Yeah, but
or
only if you apply the calculation.
Oh my God!
The calculator. That's the thing. Again.
Why don't we ask
my
Gloria,
God.
since he still believes he lives on a ball? So maybe he can explain that to us.
I mean, that really, it's for the whole panel here. Do we see any arc or anything in this picture? That's the only thing. I don't. So,
Earth
now
is
we
flat,
have,
bro. You and I both know Earth is flat. So let's just let the baller explain how that works.
So we have to have the math to imagine it's curving. All right, that's fine. But did anybody get what I mean as far as how the vanishing point is being looked at? I mean, if Flory is here, that's great. I mean, if anybody just were to even to look out without any telescope or binoculars, it's their vanishing point. They have a vanishing point. But once you guys actually put on a binocular, you are piercing through your own vanishing point and looking straight through. So, I mean, again,
No,
with
you
this
just
math,
have your resolution.
okay, that's math, but I'm trying to speak layman's terms because it seems like when we're speaking definitive math, that everything gets crisscrossed.
So in other words, you're saying like when you look through something, a new vanishing point is created because you can see further.
Correct. You just pierce through the first vanishing point, your human eye,
Right.
which is, let's just say, a boat, and then all of a sudden you pick up a binocular, you pierce through that boat, you pierce through that first vanishing point. Lo and behold, everything fits perfectly. Everything looks like plain sight. Now you're beyond from 3 miles, theoretically, for example, for 20 to 100 miles. Now you're still going to apply the math, and you're still going to apply perspective. There's your blender. Now, does your math calculations match up your blender beyond the vanishing point? And that's what I want to get at, because if we're going to get stuck with the first vanishing point, you're not going to get beyond the second one. And that's where, with the middle crosshairs and the measurements of the aperture, we're going to get lost with that. We need to focus exactly beyond the first vanishing point, and then let's discuss with the math and the measurements and the line of target, because we're going to get lost in a circular argument, and this is what it seems like. So that's why I wanted to mention.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Can I just ask?
Okay.
Did I misinterpret what happened with Dell? Because I said thanks for pointing out the obvious. Now that I'm aware of it, it's really obvious that it's right. And then when he responded with like that, thanks for the underhanded slap. Really? You took that as an underhanded slap?
I don't know whether he was addressing you or addressing me. So, you know what I mean? I don't know, because I kind of interjected pretty much the opposite, because he was trying to focus with the maths and showing the glitches, but I was really focusing mostly on the perspective. So he's got his argument with the math, and my argument is with the perspective. So if you guys want to blend it, both those two, there you go. You should have both an answers based on that argument.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this, my first channel, there's a second channel show that will run after this one, but be sure to subscribe to both and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live. There's also a PayPal and crypto link in the info box below this video. Most importantly though, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Anthony Riley, The Plain Truth, Ranty Flat Earth, Physics Warrior, Larry, Flat Out Hero, Flatten Earth, Daniel, Chocolate Saying, and Arwin. Good to have you all.
Tweet, tweet.
Hello, hello, hello. What?
Two hellos. Is that it?
We were all giving way
panel.
to each other, it seems.
So, Larry, can you hear us?
Yes.
Excellent. We're going to go through some of the housekeeping questions. So we'll start. Maybe you'll set us straight where we've been going wrong this whole time. So any signs of Earth curvature?
No.
Yes.
Excellent. Tell us all about it, Larry.
Well, boats going over the horizon proves it.
What's the horizon?
Boats going behind the horizon proves
Yeah,
it.
what's the horizon?
It's a circular area of points around the observer on the spherical Earth.
Can I go to
No,
it?
it's not.
Can I go to it? Is it a specific geographical point that I can visit and measure to?
You know that you cannot go to it, and that's a silly question.
So is that a no? I can't go and measure to this arbitrary point that's physical and measurable. I can't do that. Is that a no?
You are misdefining measuring things.
Sorry,
That's
can
not
I
the scientific
measure?
definition of measuring.
Can I measure the arbitrary point where the sky apparently meets
Yes,
the ground?
you can.
So the sky does meet the ground at this point.
Yes, and you can measure it.
Sorry, I just get clarity. There is a point in our world where the sky actually meets the ground, and I can go there and see where they meet, they touch. I can do that, can I? Or will I
You
get
can measure
there?
where you can measure where the horizon
Or
is.
will I get to that point that you're claiming is the point that this boat goes over? And when I get there, strangely enough, there's a different new horizon.
I'm not sure what the point is that you're making. You can measure where the horizon is.
What is the horizon? It's an apparent position where the sky meets the ground. The sky never meets the ground.
I'm not sure why you keep repeating that. Like, you're repeating things I already know, so
Because
that's
you're saying the boat goes over an apparent position. But that makes no sense to make that as a globe proof. It's not.
you literally don't have a point here. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure
do.
what you're
I've asked
to do
you.
here.
The word I asked for was proof of curvature, and you've said that a boat goes over an imaginary point in the distance. Now, there's no curve involved in what you've explained whatsoever. There's no curve in that.
You did not actually ask that. If we go back, you didn't ask that.
It's a housekeeping
You asked-
question. I've asked it
you
about
asked
250
if
times. You're telling me I don't know what the housekeeping questions are. Any signs of curvature? I must have said that about 150, 250, probably 350 times. I know what my question is. Any signs of curvature? Boat going into an arbitrary position in the distance. That's not curve. What are you talking about? This is rubbish.
It's not arbitrary.
Oh,
it's
so
not an
the
arbitrary.
sky does meet the ground then? I thought we just went over this and you said I didn't have a point. So the sky will meet
You
the ground
still
then.
don't have a point.
It's not an arbitrary
I'm not
point.
sure what you're talking about.
That's because you're a retard. The sky
That's
doesn't
because
meet
you're
the
a
ground.
retard, actually.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You don't understand, so now I'm telling you.
And
Larry.
I'm telling you, you're
The sky
a retard.
doesn't meet the ground. The horizon is an
I know that.
apparent position. Apparent. It doesn't
I know
actually
that.
meet the
So
ground.
do you have
and
a
it
point, or
changes
do you
depending on
only
your
have an
location.
apparent point?
So to say it goes
Laurie.
over an apparent position is nonsense. And it doesn't
Okay, can
prove
we move to
anything.
the next
And
point
most
then?
importantly, I'm telling you, but you don't want to listen. It doesn't prove curvature,
because you
which
don't
is the
have a
question.
point.
Okay, Larry. Yesterday I asked you a question, my friend. I don't suppose you could tell me what the diameter of the Earth is.
Yes, and it's a non-point.
Sorry, what's the diameter of the
Okay,
Earth?
let me actually clarify that. Like,
What's the diameter of the Earth, Larry?
do you know that that's a non sequitur?
What's
like,
the diameter of the Earth?
You have gone through non
What is it?
sequitur arguments here.
What is it?
And you
We
did
just
that
want to
that's
hear you
non-sequitur.
beg the question, assume you've got a diameter of a spherical Earth, and then
Yes,
tell us what it is in your dream world.
One has a paper that he has written, and another is just saying, "Oh yeah, you haven't memorized this figure, therefore your
Yeah,
argument."
you don't know it, do you? Just admit it. You don't know it.
You just don't know it. You don't know your
Your
imaginary dream.
argument is you have not memorized a figure,
Laurie,
therefore
Laurie,
your argument is wrong.
Laurie,
Being stupid.
you understand that these numbers are from your model, right?
No, that's not actually a point.
What do you mean no?
Sequitur argument. And
What do you mean no? You're arguing for a model. You don't understand the parameters of this model.
a non
So
sequitur.
you're wrong.
Learn the definition. It's a non sequitur. It's a
It is not non
So,
sequitur.
Laurie,
It
before
is
in
a
chat, you said
non-sequitur. You cannot
these guys.
you cannot
Laurie,
destroy a model by saying you have not memorized this figure, and you cannot debunk an argument by saying, "Oh, you have not read that book." Those are both non sequiturs. Like, have you read Richard Feynman's book on quantum mechanics? Oh no, then your flat Earth model is debunked.
No,
Have
that's
you
not the
memorized how
issue.
many
Laurie,
Earth stock has?
Laurie,
Oh
stop
no,
talking.
then your flat Earth model is debunked.
Laurie,
You
stop
know
talking.
that's a non sequitur argument.
I
It's
didn't
a
realise it would trigger you that much.
You're being
I know,
stupid.
man.
Laurie,
All we asked was for
silly.
signs
Laurie,
of
stop
curvature.
No.
talking, please.
You're being stupid and you're being silly.
Laurie, you realize 10-year-olds in school can answer that question, right?
Laurie,
That's
Laurie,
stupid.
let's go back to the beginning, okay? Because when we ask questions, it's not to be
Fuck
rhetorical.
you, mate.
Excuse me?
Fuck you.
Oh, really?
Fuck.
Bye, Laurie.
This is question
Jump
one.
cut.
That's
You don't
okay.
even
You can
know
stay
the-
for a little
the
bit.
fucking diameter
So
of
this
the
is question one. Any
globe.
signs of curvature?
Wow, Laurie.
Boats going over the horizon has been definitely smashed to the middle of next week by Ranty. So we've established that we get a more limited viewing angle the further you go out. That would be angular size, resolution, distance, all of that sort of stuff that we've discussed over the last few weeks. That is getting smaller going into the distance. That boat. And eventually the bottom section of that boat, which you have a more limited angle to, will disappear before the top because it's got a wider angle to the top than the bottom. So it reaches the diffraction limit and then goes into that diffraction limit and disappears from the bottom up. This is absolutely not a demonstration of Earth curve and does have other explanations beyond Larry's religious belief in Earth curve. So, moving on. Any signs of axial rotation, specifically of the Earth-based variety, just for Ranty?
No.
Can I ask a question? Oakley?
No, we're going through housekeeping. This is what we do at the beginning of the show, just to see if anybody, like yourself, Larry, has any signs of things like axial rotation. Do you have that? Any proof of axial rotation, that would be?
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
Weights change depending on latitude because the centrifugal force changes.
No,
also.
you can't prove that it's.
Hold
because
on,
of
let him finish.
centrifugal
Let him
force.
finish.
Well, that was basically my argument. Weights
What's
change
the
depending
latitude?
on altitude.
What's the
exactly
latitude?
how they would change on the
Okay,
globe
I
model
heard you then.
because
Fine,
the
you finished.
centrifugal force changes.
No problem. What's a
We have
latitude?
measured this and
What's
it
a
exists.
latitude? What's a latitude? What's that?
Oh, so now you don't know
No, we're
what the
asking you.
difference is.
No,
What
Laurie,
is
listen.
a
No, no,
I
no,
was
no,
trying
latitude?
to say earlier, Laurie.
Sorry, why
listen,
am I
when-
being rumpus?
I know you're triggered, but shut up,
What's-
mate.
What's
no,
a latitude?
We're not
Shut up,
triggered.
man.
Listen. When we ask you questions, it's not to be rhetorical.
When
It's
you
to-
when you
it's-
ask me questions,
Laurie,
I get to answer
Laurie.
however hell I want to.
Okay,
You don't get
no
to
worries.
define
Can
the
I ask my
terms.
question and get your answer, and then we'll move on? So, what exactly is a latitude? Can I go there?
You know exactly what latitude is.
So you tell me,
Can you-
what is it? Is it a place like the horizon that I can go
Why
to?
should I tell you?
Is it a conceptual thing, or is it a place I can go to? Can I go to a latitude line?
Yes.
Nathan, can I
you
just
And
need
there'll
say
be.
something?
Hold on,
latitude.
why am I getting rumpused? Who is talking? Because you're gonna get kicked out. Right.
Laurie.
Why?
I was answering your question.
Yeah, you answered. You said I know what it is. That's not an answer. That's telling me I already know. Usually, you guys tell
Because
me
you
how
do
ignorant
know.
I am, but in this instance, for some reason, I know all about what you're telling us. So rather than you just telling me, you're telling me I already know. Maybe I'm the host of a show
Because you
that's
do
got
know.
an audience of about 200 plus people watching, Larry, you utter buffoon. Maybe I want you to detail it to other people, so then I can rip it a new one based on this concept that isn't a physical location that we can go to. But we'll get there if you'll play ball, and I'll prove that what you claim is proof of axial rotation is not. But you've got to play ball. You don't want to play ball, I know. But that's fun for me.
So rant over.
Yeah, what's a latitude? What is this? Is it somewhere I can go? Is it a physical thing? What is it?
Have you studied anything? Have you studied either of
Oh,
these?
so now
told
you're
you
asking me
why
whether or not
you
I've
keep
studied
asking
it.
silly
So,
I just told you to
Larry,
explain
this
it
is
to the
called
audience.
obfuscation. So Larry's just not going to give me an answer about his concept of a latitude line and what it's based upon. He's just going to obfuscate
You're playing
indefinitely.
silly language.
Oh, so it's a silly game.
Right, well-
Defining terms in a debate is silly, according to Larry. It's your last chance. Any more obfuscation from you, Larry, without just defining your terms, I'll just kick you out because you're not here to debate. You're here to obfuscate. You're not interested in actually defining the terms of the words you've used to prove axial rotation. You're much more interested in telling me that I don't know anything, or that I need to study it, or that I know
because
it already.
you do not know anything.
Oh, right, so you have changed tack, so it is now in ignorance. Okay, so maybe that's why I'm asking, right? I like this type of obfuscation. It's the type of obfuscation that stupid
So
people
you're
do.
doing-
I know you're already looking stupid, everyone else here, so
that's
I don't
you,
care.
Best type of obfuscation there is. Ad hominem. Okie dokie. So I'll take that you don't have any proof of axial
So
rotation.
do you need me to look at the definition for you? You do not know what latitude is?
Why do you need to look at a definition? Don't you know what it is?
Don't you
Hang
know
on,
what it is?
Why
We're
don't you know?
asking-
this?
Why do you ask
You're
me
the
Why
one
do you
playing.
think we're asking
You're asking me the question. Do you not
to
know
prove
it?
how dumb you are? You don't know the diameter of the Earth. You don't know the
I know,
circumference of the Earth.
I
You
know,
don't know the
I know
distance
you
to the
do not
moon.
like this because you're
You don't
being
know
an
the distance
asshole,
to the moon. You
and
don't
I'm
know the
proving
speed
you're
of
all
light.
assholes.
You don't,
So
you
don't
know
talk
anything
over
about
me.
it.
Don't rumpus me, mate.
You don't know
Laurie,
anything
Stop being a
about it.
rumpus.
Essentially, you
Laurie,
know nothing
Stop
about your
rumpusing
model.
me. Stop rumpusing me.
So we'll
Oh,
try
answer
again.
a
We'll
question
see how we
then.
get on.
We
We'll see how
ask
we
you
get
a
on.
question. It's
So
a
what is
simple
this?
question.
So
What is a latitude?
What is a latitude, according to
That's
you?
it.
Can you define it?
It's your proof. We'll move on because this guy's an
You're
asshole.
as stupid as you said.
Okie
Because you
dokie,
have
yeah,
to
we're all
ask silly
stupid. Okay,
questions
Larry,
like this
no worries.
Because
We'll
you
move
do
on.
not know yourself.
No worries, Larry.
You're
Calm
being a silly
down.
cultist.
Calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
I know,
Just take a
Oakley,
breath.
I know this is the
Take
point
a
where
breath,
you
Larry.
want to pick on
Count
defending.
to 4.
You don't want to act
it's
like an
all
adult.
gonna be
That's
over
fine.
soon. Just calm
It's
down.
going to be over soon. You
I
can put a
understand
bullet
you're
in your
very
brain.
acting
triggered
like
right
a
now.
triggered
Very
8-year-old
triggered.
retard.
Just chill out,
Sorry.
Larry. It's all gonna be
I know
okay.
that's how you want to
It's
act.
all gonna
Arwen,
be
so shut
okay,
up.
Larry. We're gonna move on. I'll speak nice and slow for you. So, any evidence of the distance to the sun?
Nope.
Yes?
What's the distance to
Excellent,
the sun,
Larry.
Larry?
You
Thank
tell us all about it.
Tell us the distance to the sun first, please.
Actually, this is a question that I haven't looked up.
No, we're
But I
doing
could do
housekeeping.
with
Larry,
something.
Larry, this isn't Larry's question time. It's my housekeeping. So I
Yes,
ask
I
the
know, but
questions,
Well,
you
asked
answer them.
me the question. You said my name, so I answered.
Yeah, I said any evidence of the distance to the sun. You said yes. Now you've got the mic and you want to ask a question. No, that's not how it works, Larry.
I didn't ask a question.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't ask a question. You
Well,
didn't
just tell
listen.
us if you've got any
Like-
evidence of the distance to the
Do you
sun.
have
Don't worry about what
numbers
you need to know.
of-
We're not
you
concerned.
Brenda and-
Let's shut up. There's no concern at the moment for Larry's ignorance and your questions. We want to know. We feel ignorant of the questions we ask in housekeeping.
So
No.
what's the point here?
Distance to the sun. Any evidence thereof? Try to keep up, Larry. You said yes.
Well, you try to keep up. I said I actually have not looked that up, so I should look that up.
So when
And
I
you
said any
didn't
evidence of the
listen.
distance to the sun and you said yes, what you actually meant was, let me just think what the word is, no.
And you missed that point because you were.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying enough attention. When you said yes, I should have been psychic and known, based on your stupidity, that you actually meant no. Right, sorry, my bad, Larry. I'll try to keep up next time. When you say yes, I'll just assume you mean no.
You don't want to listen, so that's fine.
Hey, Laurie, let me ask you a question.
Hey, so Laurie, you've come in here 3 days straight. You don't know the circumference of the Earth or the distance to the sun, but you come in here 3 days straight to argue this model.
Can you shut
Are you
up?
kidding? No, I won't.
Can you shut up?
Nope.
That's his response, Chocolate. Can you shut up? That's his response to that.
Yeah, I know. That's all you got, man. You're a sad case, brother.
Actually,
You're
that's
sad. You're sad.
not
Just
all
out of
I have.
interest, right? I wonder if after the show, Rumpus tells him, "Look, you didn't do very well at rumpusing there. You need to do this."
Can you give me the mic for 1 second? Okay, let's say
go on.
5 seconds. That's a non sequitur argument. I already said it, and if you do not understand why saying my model is debunked because I do not know one figure by heart, like you guys rant about not regurgitating and stuff like that, and then you say I have to know numbers by heart. If you do not understand that's a non sequitur argument, you need to get fucking quantum eraser on here again and
Okie dokie.
All right, can we have a
drowning
Okie
in
dokie.
red herrings.
That's lovely.
Stop it.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sorry, but you've joined. You've joined
the arguments, and you just want to throw
Oh my God.
people.
Anyway,
you
I'll
want to
take that
you
as a
take the
no.
argument and
It's
treat
no
them as
worries.
serious
No worries.
argument.
I'll take that as a no then, shall I? You
that
don't
is
have any evidence for the distance to the sun. We'll
So
move on.
bringing the non sequitur arguments, mate.
Okay,
You're
asking for
has a
any
lot of
evidence for the
fish.
distance to the sun, according to Larry's a non sequitur. Okie dokie, Larry. Thank you for your input. Really appreciate it.
That point.
So let's
Like,
move on.
if
Any
other
evidence?
assholes brought up
Oh,
that.
he can't. Do you need to tucker yourself out? Right, excellent. He's tuckered himself out. No, he hasn't quite tuckered himself out, bless. Should we get you a toy to play with while I go through the rest of the housekeeping questions?
I just want to have a show of hands for anyone who said that his position was debunked because he didn't know the model. Did anybody say that?
No,
Sequitur.
not at all.
Nobody said that.
What I do want to
Nobody
do, though,
said
I do
that.
want to cite back.
Then why
I
are
do
you
wanna-
bringing it up then?
No,
Why are
nobody
you
said
bringing it
that.
up if it's not an argument?
No,
Why do you keep bringing it up?
We just wanted to test your knowledge of your model, and so far
I
you
got in
don't
chat
have
that
any
these
knowledge
guys
of your
think they're
model.
so clever, but you just keep throwing our points back in our face. And I'm wondering where you get that interpretation from.
For being foolish and you don't care if your arguments are valid. That's a non sequitur argument.
You're
that you know.
deluded. You're deluded.
No one said that, Laurie.
Doesn't matter what you believe. You are the deluded one, so I don't care what you think.
Okie
You have to
dokie.
understand that no
Somebody with wind needs to mute.
Yeah, can you
Stop
mute if
it.
you're not talking? Can you mute if you're not talking, please?
You need
Very
some
important that we
medication
hear
for
that this is a
hunger.
non sequitur.
Non sequitur
Yeah,
argument.
we need to hear that he's
No,
telling us
you're
it's a non
making a
sequitur
straw
for the
man
sixth time.
argument. You're
We need
making
to hear
a straw
this is
man
important.
argument because no
actually
one.
do that argument against me, so it's not a straw man. Do you
Excellent.
use any logic?
Larry, we
Not a
heard.
straw man
Okay,
if it's
we
a
get it,
false
Larry.
argument.
Non sequitur, we heard. Thank you. Very useful for the distance to the sun. That, thank you.
Oh,
Really useful.
Travis, I
So
wouldn't
let's
go as
let's
far
move
as
on.
straw man.
Let's just get through housekeeping. I know it's hard, guys. Come on, try. So, any
A
evidence?
silly point.
Right,
Okay,
Larry, you are just being disruptive.
Point.
I am going to have to kick you out
Okay.
soon. Larry, I'm going to have to kick you out soon. You're just being disruptive. So, any evidence that you can have. Right, time to kick Larry out. He clearly can't help himself. Clearly just a child who cannot stop talking. Any evidence that you can have a gas pressure without a container.
Nathan, have you taken your tablets? Nathan, you.
Another moron.
So this is Chris MCM, who has a mental problem. He has severe depression, on lots of tablets for it. Likes to come in and project his illness onto me. So go and seek help, Chris. Don't come on the panel. just go and
Maybe
seek
the
help.
advice was for Laurie.
Maybe. But is there
I
any
guess it was
evidence
kind
that
of
we can have a
appropriate
gas
with the
pressure without a
behavior he was-
container? Don't all rush to answer.
I'm waiting for Laurie to answer. Come on,
I've
Laurie.
kicked him.
How do
He
you
couldn't shut up.
He's
He
gone.
just kept talking.
Does that include mental pressure?
Taken 20 minutes to get through housekeeping because Larry just has verbal diarrhea, and on that particular occasion he'd said non sequitur 16 times and then wouldn't shut up, so it was time to get rid of him. Hello, Mr. Warped Mind. Can you hear us? Hello.
Speak up.
Hello.
Hello, good to have you.
Hey, how you going?
Very well, thank you very much.
Hey,
That's good, man. So I'm just, I've been chatting in the group there, but yeah, I just thought I'd join in. Just late night driving on the highway, so I thought I'd join in and say good day.
Excellent, very nice to have you. Any evidence of
flattered
a gas
too.
pressure without a container, by any chance? Maybe.
No. Nah.
Nightmare. What about Earth radius? Anybody got any of that? Any R value? Anybody? Any proof of R?
No.
Anybody?
No, I haven't found that either.
Can I just say that while Laurie's been kicked out, if you go back over the chat and watch what happened in the middle of in between the two shows, Laurie makes a statement where he says that these guys think they're clever, and all he does is throws their arguments back in their face. Laurie, you didn't throw any arguments back into our face. None. You failed miserably.
He's trying to achieve some kind of result using very superficial psychological tactics that might work on 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
10-year-olds will become difficult, but he seems to be stuck in there, or that is his target audience or something. I don't know what the hell's up with him.
Yeah, I've been listening for like months now, and I don't think I've heard one Glober come in with a decent argument. They all just see mental, hey?
Yeah, they're all based on the same presupposition of an R value. You have to assume the Earth is a sphere if you're going to prove the Earth's a sphere. It's the only way it works.
Well, yes. That guy was an idiot, though. Sorry.
Hey, Nathan, check out this new one I came up with last night. Well, I just found out about last night. If the center of the Earth is down, why do airplanes, when they're going east or west, have to make a turn? Why do they have to correct to make a turn? If down is the center of Earth, then why are they making a left turn going east and a right turn going west?
Gotcha. So what you're saying is on a sphere Earth, if they're proposing that the actual genuine angle of attack, which is up on a plane, is self-correcting for gravity because it's on a sphere, right? Then as you're circumnavigating east to west or west to east, why wouldn't the same self-leveling effect take place and you could just maintain level flight and then arrive where you're going? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. If you're looking at it, if you're looking at them from a satellite, say, if satellites existed, right? Or if you're looking at them, like, you're seeing that the airplane is directly parallel to the ground. So why are they having to turn left? If they were turning left, they would be going north. If they're going east, or turning right if they're going west, they'd be going north.
That's a very good point.
And that also, by the way, cancels out 3 of Wolfie's entries for everybody that wants to say that I owe $100,000. That's 3 of his struck right there. That's a curved line he's making when he says that he's going straight. He's making a curve when he's talking about going across the equator or across any of his longitude lines. He is making a curve. That's how they're able to do it. That's what it does. It makes like with the equilateral triangle, it makes a circle. That's all they're doing is making a circle.
I actually had a really interesting conversation here in Perth with a customer of mine a couple of days ago. He's a pilot for Qantas, and I asked him. I was asking him questions like this: that if we're on a globe, why aren't you constantly like aiming your nose down every 5 minutes or something like that? He's like, he couldn't really explain it to me, but he said something that was really weird. He's like, okay, so say if we're flying level above the clouds, and he sees a storm up ahead on the radar, which is like, I don't know, 100,000 k's away. He will be like a few hundred meters or a couple of k's up above the clouds. By the time he hits the storm, he's going off the same level. I thought that was strange. So it's going down rather than going up or levels. So I couldn't really explain that. I thought it was interesting.
Another thing is if you're on a plane and you're on a ball, if you change your flat position so that your flat position gains altitude, you should gain altitude really, really quickly if you're traveling fast. But if you were to try and lower your altitude by changing your flaps, you should get back down to the earth. It should be hard to get back down to earth.
They were actually losing altitude when flying level. I was like, whoa, okay. I would never have thought that. I would have thought it would be the opposite if you're on a ball.
I had a conversation with a pilot when I was on my way to the convention, and he argued that it was gravity that held him in the proper orientation so that the plane's momentum was fighting against the gravitational pull. So you had those two opposing forces, but that was his explanation. Gravity is pulling him down, keeping him level to the ground as he is trying to resist that by keeping his nose up. That was his explanation.
Yeah, see, they don't have an explanation.
Gravity is pseudoscience.
Yeah, I think what keeps a plane flying is the lift the wings create. You know, so
Look.
that's where you're getting.
Whenever gravity is brought into play, is to explain something they cannot explain. The most stupid thing in the world.
That's
let me
Ravensong
just
for
correct
the
that
super
one. It's
chat.
not.
Sorry to interrupt you, Anthony. Shout out to Ravensong. Thank you very much.
By a force that should not be created. There's no reason to create that force. It should be throwing everything off of its surface.
Lift. It's not the lift that's created
Sorry,
by
guys.
the wing.
I've got to head off in a sec. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know. So my name's My Warped Mind. If you guys need anything like a P900 or a P1000, I have both of those. And also I've got a whole heap of drones that I use that have like capabilities of flying up to 500 meters and all in 4K. So if you ever need anything done, yeah, I just wanted to let you know if I could help you out there. So yeah, all good.
Yes, please. Can we have some 4K P900, P1000, and drone footage? That'd be ace.
Yeah, I want to see.
What would be really good would be a better exposure of the star rotation point. But prove that you're looking south, and if you're not looking south, how far off south are you? Because really the question is, what are you looking at when you look so-called south?
Yep.
Sorry guys, I've got to head off. Hey, I just really wanted to come on quickly because I'm actually taking my dog to the vet and I'm here now, so I've got to go. But if you want me to get footage for you, let me know. I'm based in Perth, Western Australia, so if you go onto Google Maps and find some locations that you would like me to do measurements and things like that on, just let me know. I'll go there happily and get the P900, the P1000 out, drones, do whatever. Pinpoint my locations and then take measurements for you if that helps you. But yeah, just let me know. Hey.
Excellent. Thank you very much, My Warped Mind. Really appreciate you joining.
All good, guys. Take it easy. And yeah, look forward to chatting maybe tomorrow.
Coolio. You might have some stuff on. Have you got stuff on your channel already, Warped Mind? My Warped Mind?
What was that, sorry?
Have you got stuff on your channel already? My Warped Mind is the name of your channel, right?
It is, yeah. I've only just started it, man. I haven't got anything just yet, but I'm more than happy to put stuff up. Because I do a lot of it in 4K, so they're massive files, so I have to start rendering them.
Yeah, just point your P1000 at the horizon and see what you can see.
I will do. I'll put it up. All good. But yeah, if you go onto Google Maps and in Perth and find places of reference that you want me to work with, just let me know and I'll go there. So Perth, Western Australia, happy to do some work there for you.
Sure, definitely. I don't know how good the low-level light exposure is on a P1000 or a P900. I don't think they're great at doing, like, time-lapse of stars, but I could be wrong on that. I seem to remember them being pretty poor at that, actually.
Yeah, they're not the best at that, but obviously, as you know, they're good for doing like horizon work, bringing things into view that have supposedly disappeared over the artificial curves, but you can somehow bring them back. So, yeah. I was more thinking that if you have locations that you want me to work with, you know, if you get the measurement, I can actually, you know, work with that and show that they're actually not disappearing over horizons. So.
Cool. Well, thanks.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, guys, I got to go. Take it easy.
You know what I'm
So,
saying, though,
the
Nathan?
guy
Like,
that's got the
if they're having to turn left or turn right, going east or west, that's what we should be focusing on, not going up or down, tipping the nose up or down. Like, if they have to turn to go east or west, there's a problem. Like, they're not supposed to have to turn. They're supposed to be going in a straight line.
Yeah, I agree. And they'll write it off with things like declination. Hey, Tommy.
The rumpus pays me money to troll Nathan Oakley.
Lovely. Yeah, that is a big problem. I agree.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Like, and it falls just in line with, you know, the AE map.
Hey.
Oh.
Hello, did someone just join?
Anon did, yeah.
Hey, Anon.
Oh, hey, Anon. Good to have you.
Yeah.
As there's been a quiet moment, I'll plug my second channel, so I'm just about to stick a link in the chat box. If you missed the first show because you're a late riser over in the States, it will replay on my second channel together with the pre-show when this live stream ends. So I've just stuck a link in, I'll stick it in again towards the end of the show, but go and check it out. I broadcast the after show, so when I end this live stream, often people on the panel will stick around and chat after the live show has ended. That goes out at about 4 AM UK time or 0400 GMT, or again on the second channel. So if you want to hear the after show, subscribe to Nathan Oakley channel, which is my second channel. As I say, there's a link. I'll put another one out. So there it is in the chat box right now.
Man, you can see all my trolls got here now.
Oh, have you bought some trolls? Oh, you mean loyal
yeah.
viewers? You bought all your loyal viewers.
Loyal trolls.
Big shout out to Red Pill Philosophy. Love your work. No, these people
Let me just
are loyal fans.
correct that what was said before about the wings creating lift. The phrase that you need is the Bernoulli effect. It's caused by a low pressure that's created above the wing when the air goes over the longest route round. The Bernoulli effect. If you want to have a look at the Bernoulli effect, look up a guy called what is his name now? Oh, I can't remember. Julius Sumner Miller and the Bernoulli effect. He's very good at explaining it.
Why? Because we were talking about circumnavigation.
Just with regards to plane flights, but the Bernoulli effect is really useful in other applications, and some of the things that Julius Sumner Miller produces, or did produce because he's now dead, they're just fantastic. And he knew that there was no such thing as gravity. He's trying to tell us over and over again in his videos. Julius Sumner Miller, his name is.
Can you find the exact name? I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, Julius Sumner Miller. He's a guy of the 70s. He's a really cool guy.
Are
you done?
We're done. We smashed it.
I gotta go, guys. Laters.
Who said that?
I'll see you later.
Who was that? Thank you very much, whoever that was. Was it Physics Warrior?
I'm still here, Nathan.
Who is it that just said goodbye? I don't know who said goodbye.
I think it was Anthony, right?
Yeah.
That was just Riley. Riley just left.
No, Anthony's still here. Anyway, let's not worry. You still here, Auntie?
I could have sworn I just heard him say goodbye, guys. Maybe.
Yeah, me too. No, I'm with you. I agree.
Well, he's still on the call. Oh no, he's gone. You're right. He was Anthony. Are you there, Auntie?
I am, yeah.
You poked the bear and you got a response. Crap response. Did you see?
I know. I've seen.
Hey, Ranty, do you still think that I lost the challenge?
I haven't looked into it since we discussed it, to be honest.
Well, no, I'm saying with what I just said right now, with having to turn on instead of going on a straight line, he's not making a straight line. He's having to turn when he's going on a longitude line.
Like I say, I'm trying to steer away from it if I can. I don't really want to get involved with it.
Why did you do it? Yeah, this is what intrigues me, right? There was nothing in it for you to place that bet. There's no incentive.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
What's
there
the
is.
incentive?
To bring a lot of attention to flat Earth. Absolutely,
okay.
there is.
Fair enough. I think gambling is the devil.
I'm not gambling.
I'm only joking.
I made impossible challenges.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah, we did get a response, Nathan. It was to be expected. And,
Yeah, it was rubbish though.
It was lame. Very
It was
lame.
very poor, Sly. Very disappointed.
I was, you know, I mean, it's the only way we can get these guys to actually interact with us, essentially. And when they do, we have one guy claiming refraction is to blame, and another guy saying that it's absolute proof of the globe. So they're eating each other at the minute because they're trying to. There's a lot of subs on the go at the minute. You know, a lot of subs that people can take, especially if you're on the ball side. So it's a case of who could get the first video out and who can try to discredit the observation. And essentially, you've got Ruhif on the one side who says this is obviously standard refraction and more. And then we have on the other side, we have Sly who says, no, this actually fits the ball model. So, like I say, they're eating each other. They still can't even find common ground. And they still have refused to answer how come we see Greba Mountain. It's the little elephant in the room that they don't want to address. Greba Mountain kind of screws them up.
Give us the stats so they can beg the question. Assume a radius. Assume 7/6 of the radius terrestrial refraction, also known as standard refraction. But yeah, what's this Greba Mountain you speak of? Why would this be such a problem, Matt? I don't understand.
Right. Let me plug in the numbers then. Just bear with me. Greba Mountain is.
Oh, the other thing was, which part of the island's 80 miles away?
Just one sec. That'll be South Barul, and then you've got past that. You've actually got that wasn't in the composite, you see. So we've got where are we? South Barul and Kronk, NY Ari La. So there's the two other mountain ranges that were showed on yesterday's debate. They're not actually in the composite, and that's at 82.2 miles to Kronk.
So sorry, just to clarify then. So Sly just wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. No worries. It's just a bit slow. It's at 80 miles, Sly. Hello. Try to pay more attention.
Hey, two questions. Ranty?
Yeah?
It was that taken from like Liverpool?
No, it was taken from a place called Nicky Nook outside of Garstang, Lancaster.
Lancaster. Okay,
Near Scorton.
I was looking on my phone and I couldn't figure out where it was. And from the center of Isle of Man, it was 80 miles to Liverpool. So that's what I was like, maybe he took it. And number two, can we have a couple of high quality JPEGs, maybe linked in the show notes, so we can like have good wallpapers? Good way to start a conversation.
Yeah, sure. One sec. I'll try to share my screen, but again, Google Earth. Oh, hang on. Am I sharing my screen? Woohoo!
Oh, we've got trolls joining. Arwen, did you see Richard?
Who?
Got someone in the back chat.
Oh, him again. Okay, I got him.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. So I'm sharing. Yeah.
You are.
Excellent. Right. Okay. So this
That
is
one.
this is the killer, and the problem that they have is that this is Grieber Mountain behind this platform here. So on this day, the platform moved in and it was turned into the wind turbines, and the day before it wasn't there. The issue that they have, if they're going to claim refraction, is that these mountains are in exactly the same place on 2 separate days, 2 separate weather conditions, different times of the day, 2 separate days, and essentially they're in the same position. So I think the argument for Ruhif, when he went and he did the doing the pixels, and he actually brought it down to around about 700 feet, he reckons there's 700 feet missing. Well, essentially there should be like 1180 or something like that missing. So he's already deferred the height of Blackpool Tower to refraction, right? So if there's refraction to the height of Blackpool Tower going on, then how come it's conveniently gone on 2 separate days? And for instance, I've got where are we? Let's find the not that one. That one there. There we go. So here we have the Where did it go? There it is. So here we have the composite from 2 separate days. So
Yeah, I saw all this from yesterday. I mean, I think I watched the shows the show from yesterday twice.
well, what's interesting with this is that on the top image, you've got more of this part coming down towards Douglas. You've got more of it visible in this area, and on this, it's hidden. So what's it hidden behind? Why is it hidden? Why is it visible here and not here if it's all being refracted?
Can you kick the plain truth out of the back chat?
Where?
Kick both.
Who?
The plain truth.
Who?
The plain truth.
You got him.
Nice.
Right, so Ruhif worked on my imagery that I did yesterday anyway, but the point still remains that this mountain, this Grieber Mountain that's here, evidenced in both on 2 separate days, should be gone to Earth curve. You shouldn't see it. It literally should be on the horizon, right on the horizon, because that's where it would be. Instead, it is way higher. It's higher than the platform. It's in the foreground. And this entire mountain range is visible, this Grieber Mountain. They conveniently don't want to discuss this. Now, as I say, for Ruhif, to say that this is refraction, how come it's being refracted the same on 2 separate days to the same amount in relation to the wind turbines? So that doesn't wash. You can't have the same conditions on 2 separate days, and it would be extreme refraction, like Rumpus said. Super refraction. So I've had super refraction on 2 days, bearing in mind that the weather's been bitter, been like 2 degrees, and it's absolutely supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to have hot air and a cold sea to actually get this refraction. So we're not getting that. We don't have the conditions for that sort of thing to happen.
Sorry, just to correct you there. No. Refraction effects do take place. However, that's not what they're applying. They're applying 7.6R and then fudging that a bit more. So all they need to claim refraction is a bit of proof of R, as that's what it's based on. So if you're going to beg the question, assume the Earth's a sphere, say what should and shouldn't be missing or there, or how high it is based on a reification fallacy known as the globe model, and then use a secondary begging the question fallacy to say that light bends around at the radius value, or 7.6R, then that's just begging the question on acid. You know, it's absolutely mad.
So,
well done, Ranty. You proved the spherical Earth again with that observation. You don't need any super learning. It works perfectly well with 7/6 R calcs. All the stuff you've seen perfectly matches.
Right. So with refraction, you mean?
Yeah, the atmosphere is not vacuum.
With refraction.
Yeah, so use refraction because we have an atmosphere with air in it, which refracts.
Right. So this over here, this Grieber Mountain, this is so everything that we're looking at is loomed up. Yeah.
It's not just
Hey,
not
as
letting
per
throw that.
usual,
Hold on a
yes,
second.
7/6 stuff, yeah.
Hold on.
Everything's loomed up.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's your proof of R?
Well, that's not a debate here. But we do have a
You've just
separate
said you
subject.
apply 7/6R. So R is definitely being discussed here. Prove it.
Okay, if you want to discuss that, you want to move off this subject, then
7/6R. Prove R
okay,
in
the
7/6R.
Ordnance Survey has 76 geodetic receivers that measure this every day, every second of every day, sorted, measured, validated. All body of science says we know what the value is, so we don't need to worry. We can
Reification
use that
fallacy.
value in our calculations, no problem.
No,
Every
the
second,
geodetic survey is
I've heard this before, Rumpus.
Oh, why am I
That's
getting
right,
rumpus by my
Rumpus
own
wanted
team?
2 before, that's also right.
Getting rumpus by
Bring
my
the
own
proof.
team.
Change.
Bring the proof.
Well, okay, do you want to move on to the subject whether or not the Earth is a sphere, or do you want to talk about your
No, you're
observation?
assuming radius.
Yeah, why are we seeing this?
Okay, well, I can show you if you like. I can do
No. Why are we seeing it? Tell the audience why we are seeing this mountain range here, this Grieber Mountain. Tell them.
Okay, I must do. I've only done the calcs on Snay Fell. I haven't done it on the Reba Mount, but it's all consistent, so it won't be
Well, no, it's not. Let me tell you this: Grieber Mountain should be gone. It should be on the horizon
No, it
down
shouldn't
here.
be gone. We see it. This is nonsense. Should be gone according to their begging the question,
In their
proof
begging
anything,
question
perspective,
model, yeah.
hijacking curve calculator. No, we just see it.
the
We
Earth
don't
curve
need to
calc
say
is
what
exactly
should or
the
shouldn't
same
be there.
results as your
I'm
image.
talking. We don't need to refer to this reification fallacy to tell us what should or shouldn't be there. This is nonsense.
It's that the image that Ranty's got is perfectly in agreement with the Earth curve calculator.
Sorry, that's a
Absolutely.
reification fallacy.
well-
Hold on, Ranty. Let me just say it again. Right, let's get this clear, Rumpus. I made it clear to you that you were only allowed to beg the question for that last observation that you still have not done. So, no, you're not allowed to beg the question here and assume the Earth's a radius with your calculator. No.
The Earth curve calcs work exactly with
It's a
Ranty's
begging the
observation,
question
exact
fallacy
agreement.
that you're not allowed to
Okay.
use. It assumes a radius value.
That doesn't assume, it's the use of the conclusion of the validated value of the radius.
Well, let
No,
me do
you
the
don't have a
this-
validated value of a radius.
Validated, it's measured every day by the Ordnance Survey, Nathan.
No,
They've
it
got
isn't.
76 geodetic receivers that are checking the size of the Earth every second of every day.
No.
Okay,
They're in denial.
can I address this nonsense that he's just going on about? We have 124.7 kilometers to Grieber Mountain, yeah? And Grieber Mountain is 1,385 feet tall.
Okay, let me check
Right.
that.
You can check it. It's from Nicky Nook. Here we go. From Nicky Nook
So let me
to Grieber Mountain.
Let me use the. I've got the Google Earth here. I can share that. I suppose I'll show see what's he doing. Let me just share this.
Sorry, I'm still not understanding why we're using a model. This is a reification fallacy. This does not prove anything.
Well,
The
because I
Earth
want
curve calculator values agree with what Rant has observed.
No,
Do
they
they?
do. Number
Yes,
one, I don't
absolutely.
care what they agree with. The world is not dictated by what this model says.
It's agreement in the observations.
I couldn't
Ranty's
care
observations
less.
agree with the Earth curve
It's a
calculator and vice versa. They,
reification fallacy.
they comport with one
Right,
another.
how many
What-
times have I got to
what
say
does that
this,
say?
Rumpus? Right, this is a reification fallacy.
But if Ranty's observations match the Earth curve calculator,
What
then
does
that's
that
what
say?
I think.
Number one, they
What does
don't.
this say?
Number one, I don't care. Oh,
So you don't care that the Earth curve calculator's right and matches Ranty's
No, it
observations?
doesn't. Rumpus, what does that say? How much is hidden?
Okay, sorry. Let me just look at your screen.
How much is hidden? 1,384.82 feet.
No,
Yeah.
that's a vacuum. That's a vacuum. So that's irrelevant. You're looking at refracted hidden.
So so now we have to go to refraction. Great.
Of course
okay.
you do, because we have an atmosphere.
Excellent. So
It's not
now
a
what-
vacuum.
so-
There's not a vacuum out there, Ranty, is there? There's not a vacuum out there. We have air, and it
There's not a
refracts.
sphere out there either. You're trying to prove that there's a
Quite
sphere, and
simple.
you're assuming it's a sphere in the calculator. You've got an assumed radius value. You're trying to
No,
prove
it's a
it,
measured-
and you're
it's a
assuming
measured
it.
value, Nathan. It's as measured as much as your
Not
house.
measured.
So
This is
now,
nonsense.
now what you, so
Hold
now
on a
that we
second.
know that
Ranty. I know you love to beg the question, right? I want
No,
this
we
proof
measured
of
it, Nathan.
R.
The radius
Hold
has been
on.
measured.
I want this proof of R. Show it me.
The Ordnance Survey measures it every second.
Don't tell
of every
me.
day.
Don't tell me. Let's have a look. Let's see what they've got.
Well, there you go. You want me to refer you to reference
Proof
to-
R. You claim to have proof of R. Let's see it.
I rely on the body of science, which is verified.
The body of
measured-
science is another reification fallacy. It doesn't have a body. It's a method.
Yeah, but then we describe it. If you want, you
It's got
give me a
dad
word
bod.
to describe the consensus within science. Then
I don't care about consensus. I want proof.
the consensus is a particular value has been agreed upon, measured, verified repeatedly.
No, it's
and
presupposed.
measured
I don't care what
second
it's
of every
agreed
day.
upon. I want you to prove that value. Prove it. No, don't tell me
Well, I
what the
just
whole
have
body of
access to
science
the
does.
ordnance
Prove it.
surveys,
You've
geographic
said you've got
receivers.
proof, and you mentioned
They're measuring it
geodesy.
every second.
You said
They
geodesy.
report the size.
So let's see it. Let's see it.
All the scientific institutions around the world all agree on the size of the radius of the Earth.
I don't care. Prove
Yeah,
it.
well, I say you're denying science then. Okay,
I don't
fine.
care.
You're
Prove
in denial.
it.
You're
No.
in denial.
It's not science.
You're
What's
in
the
denial of
okay?
science.
No. You've claimed it's science. So give me the hypothesis.
Well, it's a measurement obviously exercise. There's no hypothesis. There is a.
So it's not science.
Yes, it is science.
No. Let's make it clear what science is while Rumpus talks indefinitely. So let's calmly state what science is. Science is a study of the physical natural world. It is hypothesis driven. And hypothesis is a scientific prediction. Those scientific predictions are validated or invalidated by systematic experimentation. That is science. Without it, it's not science. And Rumpus telling me that the body of science, which is a reification fallacy, proves this radius value is nonsense. Now, either stop using R with your begging the question, proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator, and it's begging the question fallacy on acid when you apply it again with 7.6R, or it. Just prove it.
So, for instance, measuring the size of an electron, do you regard that as science?
R, not an electron.
But I'm trying to give you a principle, Nathan, to get your little handle on so you avoid the sensitive subject of the globe.
That's
measuring
maths.
things. is
Measuring an
science.
electron, maths, not science. Let's get R.
Maths.
I'm not
It's
interested.
nothing but maths that
Right.
tells you what the size-
He's going to rumpus me, so I'll point it out again. Now he's trying to redefine science. I'm asking for proof of R. He's claimed he's got science because men in coats say it, and I don't care. I want proof.
You can. The Ordnance Survey provides you. If you go and ask the Ordnance Survey what
I'm
they're
not
due-
going to ask a map. A map doesn't have a mouth. That's another reification fallacy. You've got reification Tourette's.
Ordnance Survey institution, you moron. The
Yeah,
Ordnance
you've got
Survey-
reification fallacy Tourette's. I don't care what an institution says the Earth radius is.
They measure it every second of every day
Let's see
with
it.
76
Let's see
geodetic
it.
receivers.
Let's see that.
Rumpus, they're saying that their calculations are wrong, or no, they're
And they agree
implying
with
that
every
they're-
other geological
All right.
institution in the
Okay.
world.
Sorry, we've got consensus again. So I say show me the measurement and you tell me they agree with other people.
Yeah, but they're also measuring.
I don't care about consensus. Show me the measured R value.
You're denying science.
Oh, I'm going to have to kick you out, Rumpus. I'm going to have to kick you out. I've said it twice. This isn't science. Science is a study of the physical and natural world. It is hypothesis driven. Hypothesis being a scientific prediction, those predictions being validated or invalidated through systematic experimentation. That's science, not what men in white coats agree upon.
You've missed out the peer review process.
No peer review involved. Systematic experimentation to validate or invalidate hypothesis. That's science, not men in white coats agreeing that we have a radius and what it
You
is.
can do observations as well, Nathan. You don't have to conduct an experiment.
So
to do
show me the
science.
measurement of radius.
You want? Well, I don't have access to the ordnance. So okay, you can use the theodolite measurement. You could go and
sorry.
do it yourself. Get on the mountain.
Don't tell me what I can do. That's telling me in a future tense. Just show me what you've claimed.
You deny science. The only
Oh,
thing
I'm
you're
going to have to
accepting
kick
is
you out.
you
You just keep telling me I deny science when I've told you 3 times. I'm not going to tell you for a 4th time. That claiming that the body of science tells us what a radius is proves that we have a radius. It doesn't. Science is a study of the physical and natural world. It will establish independent and dependent variables and their relationship in a hypothesis, otherwise known as a scientific prediction. That prediction will be validated or invalidated through systematic experimentation. There is no peer review involved, only systematic experimentation to validate or invalidate your scientific prediction. That is science. Telling me that men in white coats have decided what the Earth radius is only backs my assertion that this is an assumed value, because it is. There is no proof of Earth radius, only the body of science telling us what it is. So if you want to keep telling me that I don't understand science and then telling me that science is measuring an electron when that would be mathematics, it proves to me that Rumpus is deluded. He's deluded.
Nathan, I wanted to.
Dumpty sat on a wall.
I wanted to play him a couple of videos and have him tell the audience that what we were seeing wasn't there. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I knew where you were going. You were never going to get it out of him. But
I wanted
absolutely,
him to
what
say
you were
that it
saying
was an
is what we
illusion.
should or shouldn't see. And what we should or shouldn't see, Ranty, which is why I backed you with it, is based on what the calculator says we should or shouldn't see. And the calculator's based on a group of men telling us we've got a radius value. That's what it's based upon. And when I ask him to prove it, he says, well, the whole body of science has agreed. We've verified by checking what the other people in the other body of science said. No, that's not proof of anything. That's the presupposition of an R value. I've got him on record about 4 times saying it's a presupposed value. But now he's decided to say the whole body of science again. Circle jerk, asshole. But yeah, basically, what he must assert and what Ruhif asserts, according to Ranty, is that this stuff is a mirage. We're not really seeing it. It's not really there. Right, Ranty?
Exactly. I had a plan for it. I had a plan to have him say that this was a mirage. It wasn't really there. It was looming, so that he would agree with Rumpus. And then I would say, well, how come Sparkane agrees that actually this is a perfect representation of how you'd expect to see it? Because he modelled it out, apparently. Conveniently missing Greba Mountain, just so that I'll point that out. He didn't actually address that. But the other stuff, he conveniently said this matched the sphere model. Clearly, he was talking bollocks because what he was saying is you just see the top of the mountains, but he wasn't actually addressing how much of the mountain we could see, and that's why he didn't talk about Greba Mountain. But in his mind, what we saw was absolute proof of the ball. What we saw in Rumpus and in Ruhif was that this is looming. And they have to deform to that simply because when they both did the calculations, they come up with about 500 feet missing of 1,100 feet that should be gone to Earth curve. So they have lifted the mountain 600 feet. That's what they've done, essentially. And I wanted to get to that point. I wanted him to tell the audience right now that everything they were seeing in video after video was looming. Because I didn't just get one video on one particular moment. I have like 30 videos over a period of 2 days, over a stretching of about 6 hours worth of video, right? And I could go to any one of them and they all show the same thing. So was the looming staying there all that time? I could have nailed him to the post, but never mind.
Well, he was just going to obfuscate your point indefinitely, and ultimately I've said, and I'm going to stand by it, Rumpus doesn't get to beg the question anymore. There's just, no, absolutely not. If you want to come in and assert 76R or R, use of calculator, you're going to damn well prove R. You're not going to obfuscate around it and tell me that the whole body of science has proven it indefinitely, and then say, no, let's just plough on and use it anyway. No, I'm afraid not. You don't get to beg the question here, Rumpus, I'm afraid. That's not what you're ever going to get to do ever again. You can do as you've said and actually apply your begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator to Anthony's observation that it's been about 8 months of you saying, next week, I'll have it done. I have done the calculations with some scientists, and absolutely, I've got it all modelled out. We've got it working. Well, yeah, I've said you can beg the question for that. Don't come in and just keep applying your reification fallacy to every single observation in the claim that that's what we should or shouldn't see. We do just see this stuff. It is just there. You telling us that we shouldn't see it because Earth curve's in the way, but we do see it because the Earth curve that you've introduced has also got 7/6 of that Earth curve radius implemented to bring it back again. No, that's a whole load of nonsense that we don't have to tolerate. You don't get to beg the question. You know, prove R, then we'll start looking at your model that might or might not work, depending on what we can see, given how clear the day is. Anyway,
Nathan, can I have, before you round out the show, can you present my screen for a second?
Yeah, I suppose so. Hopefully it's not porn.
No,
there we go. Yes,
right.
Very nice. Humpty
So
Dumpty.
every time Rumpus starts saying, stop interrupting me, stop interrupting me, stop interrupting me, I always, when I first saw this is Rumpty Dumpty. This is Rumpus filling himself up with hot air.
And I've got one thing to say. I've got one thing to say as well. Rumpus just has said in the side chat, don't worry that, this is to you, Nathan, don't you worry that the Earth curve calculator agrees with Ranty's observations after just telling us that it's all looming.
So it doesn't agree with anything.
It doesn't at all.
Yeah, I love it. With that, I'm going to say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. If you hated the show, then you know exactly what to do. You can smash that dislike button and then smash it again. But if you like the show, or you missed the first show, you can tune into the pre-show along with the repeat of the last debate on my second channel, which starts round about now. Also, a massive thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing the show. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
To those pictures.
Jojo, I'll put them on my drive and I'll stick them in the side chat. So please give me 10 minutes and I'll get it all sorted.
Thanks, mate. Fantastic work.
That was a good show.
It was good having that Glober come in who had no idea about his own model.
Oh God, Laurie. He's been like overactive in chat. Have you seen him?
Yeah, he's been off the chain ridiculous.
But he just outright dismisses
doing,
any
Spazzo?
knowledge. He's basically just trying to meta-psychologize everything because he can't deal with anything we tell him. Like regular knowledge. I don't know. He's like literally retarded. I don't get it, but he is devious. It's just so stupid.
Was he worse than UKIP from yesterday?
Well, the problem is the combination of him being so stupid yet so dominantly annoying. It's like, seriously, this is moving towards like one of these serious, insane social justice warrior level of annoying.
No kicking.
Just constantly whining. Ugh. Sorry, what were you saying, Nathan?
Me? I was saying no kicking.
That was me.
Oh.
Hang on. Moto.
I don't know if she's cuddling me or got me in a headlock. I'm not quite sure.
So what is it? Do you want the composite then?
No, not the. Maybe just like I basically want it for my wallpaper on my computer, so the composite would be very long, and it wouldn't look right. I just want to basically fill up the screen with a turbine and that boat in the front. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Got you. Right. Let me. Do you want it in the black and white image?
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Right. No worries. Right. I'll crop you a piece out for it.
Sweet.
So it seems like there's been a bit of a miscommunication between the Rumpus and Sly then.
Yeah. They've.
They don't really know what they should be saying. It is.
Yeah. In one, it's a perfect glow proof.
This is exactly how it should look. This is all exactly where we think it should be. None of this is where it is, but we've got a looming effect based on terrestrial refraction. It's being brought
So
back.
it's a full enveloping split up double thing. Two realities simultaneously.
I got getting sniped. Might be a short after
who's
show.
it? No, they just dropped. It's a phone drop.
I wonder who
Mark
that is.
Taylor. Hello. Hello.
No kicking.
It is Mark Taylor, isn't it?
Hello.
Needs to have a
Yeah,
whistle.
he's not
Whistle
answering.
next to the phone. Needs a whistle.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Imagine doing that.
Blast his eardrums out.
Right, I've just made that now, so I'm just going to upload it to the Google files. Mount. Pretty cool picture, actually. I didn't realize it's quite aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? Hello.
Icon picture?
I don't know if he's been kicked, the person that you were talking to.
Oh, was he?
Maybe.
Who was it?
He wanted a wallpaper. I'm not too sure. He got kicked. Anon. Was it Anon?
He's still
yeah,
in the
I
back
think it was.
chat. So
So,
Well, there we go. There's the
Google Drive. Well, he's not going to see it now because he's been kicked, isn't he? Oh well, next time we see him.
How good is that picture, though?
I can't believe Sly just completely ignored the longest distance observation and the the smaller mountains.
Yeah, I mean, it's so dishonest. It really. I mean, he is dishonest. Let me hide that a minute. It's like when you come over, when you know that you're looking at a substantial height of the mountain, you know, like bloody 1,300 feet there.
Where's
And then
the
you
bit
look
at
at the
80
other
miles?
mountains.
Where's the little bit at 80 miles?
It's on a different video because this one loses focus and it goes out. But I do have that image. Let's see if I can bring it up on here. It might be on that one. Yeah, here we go. Be that one. There we go. There's that Kronk knee, whatever it's called.
And that's at 80 miles.
82 miles, Nathan.
80 what, sorry?
82.2 miles.
Just put it back up on screen. I'm going to make it nice and big. And then when this gets broadcast at 4 a.m. tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll grab it and make a thumbnail for the next debate. 82 miles, Sly. Oh, hello.
I've got a better image than that somewhere.
Tried to pay attention.
Is it in this one?
Yeah, I was just thinking that if that's 82 miles away, and you're like Rumpus or whatever, they're saying that that's being loomed up. But what if you would try like sending like beaming a radio wave to it? Because that shouldn't be affected by the looming, right? Or would they say that would still be looming?
There we
like,
go.
right?
This is the pretty good one. This is South Barul. We've got South Barul, which is there, and then we've got that Kronk Niada, and we've got all the fucking turbines lined up in a nest. This is an awesome image.
So how high is the Kronk whatever it's called?
Let's have a look. Peak finder, Kronk, blah 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 blah, Kronk Nia. Is that the one? Yes. No, it's not. Where is it? Yes, it is. Kronk Nia blah blah. 1,453 feet. 443 meters, or 1,453 feet. And the distance 82.2. 1,686 feet hidden. With refraction, 1300. I don't know why they always go to refraction, though. It's retarded. But this is what I wanted to run past you guys. You know, this composite. Let's get the... That's the one. So we've got 1,300 feet visible here, yeah, on the left. And we've got 2,078 feet or whatever, or 2,037 feet visible here, right? And you just look at this mountain range and you know that you're not just seeing the tops of them. You know, you just know that instinctively. You got 1,500 feet here. You've got
he's back.
feet there.
Anon, if you go into the side chat, Ranty shared his Google Drive.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, the Google Drive that you wanted is now in the side chat.
Okay, let me look.
Can you see if it's still there? If not, I'll resend the link.
It might be if you've joined new, it might disappear, but I don't think so. I think you can still see all the old chat. Should be there, Google Drive.
All I see says no, come back. That's it.
Right, okay, let me...
I did it for you.
Have you reposted the link?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you sure? Because it just says https://dr. Oh well, I'm sure someone will say if it's not working.
Right, hang on, let me try it again.
So, do you reckon you can bash the extra bits onto the composite? There you go, there's the full link. Anon. Can you see that? Click on it quick. Where it goes. It's going to go. No, it's in the side chat. Just scroll your mouse over the Hangout. And then go to the... I think it's the top icon.
The group chat, the blue box with the
Yeah.
3 lines in it.
I'm on an Android phone.
Oh, shit.
Bum holes.
That's my problem, huh?
Yeah. Not to worry. We just can't help you.
How about Skype?
So do you reckon you can...
Hey,
you can...
have you guys seen the subreddit, Not a Globe? I don't know if you guys use Reddit, but there's a good subreddit called
don't.
Not a Globe.
Anybody?
You post, yeah, you can post it
I haven't,
there.
no.
You guys use Reddit at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Present
EP?
Ranty's picture.
Sure. Yeah, what is it? You wanted, what, Nath? Or maybe
Can you see
maybe we'll grab a screenshot.
I was just going to say, can you composite in the rest of it?
What, you mean the possibly, but it would be different videos. It won't all be on the same video.
It's all taken at basically the same time on a tripod. So who cares?
Yeah. Is there any way you can just paste it on the show note when you do the uncut?
Was that you,
Did
Anon,
you-
that's speaking?
Yes.
Oops, sorry, I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Would it be possible to paste that Google Drive for everybody when you do the uncut at 4 a.m. or whatever, when you do the full YouTube post?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, if you could do that, then that'd be great. And then I'll post it on Reddit because I think people will enjoy it.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, so
You can see
Rumpus
it?
conveniently ignores Griever Mountain. What a surprise. And he's at odds with the rest of them.
What are you
It doesn't want to let me cut it. I don't get it. It doesn't want me to. Not letting me cut the link. Weird.
Why won't
just
it let you
stick
do
it
that,
on.
then?
Can you stick it on Skype, Ranty?
You're not allowed to stop.
Oh, got Anthony calling me.
There you go.
Hello.
I'm gonna go, guys, so see you later.
See you later, Owen.
Are we still live?
No, but we are recording.
I had the guy, you know, them people that I was just picking up then. They were all listening to the show. I was flat smacking them.
What, they were listening to the show through the speakers?
Correct.
I love it.
So I basically we're just shouting at Rumpus saying it's a reification fallacy and it's proof of nothing and all that. And they all started asking all the obvious questions. So I started to flat smack them. And when I said to them that there's no proof for gravity, they were like, what? And then I had to go through why gravity doesn't exist. And they were like, but why do you think this? And I said, I'm not saying I think anything. All I'm saying is that these guys can't prove that we live on a sphere. And they tell everyone they can. So they were all flat smacked. So they all know your name. And they'll all have a look at it tomorrow, hopefully.
Great.
And it was really good that there was no swearing as well.
No, there wasn't.
So what was the conclusion? Because once they started asking about gravity and curvature and stuff, I had to flat smack them. I didn't get the conclusion of Rumpus. Did he get kicked in the end?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. He just kept saying, I kept saying prove R, and he was like, the body of science proves R. I'm like, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Prove R. And he's like, well, the geodetic surveys have agreed with the model. It's like, that's not proof of R either. It's like, you don't understand science. And at that point, he just kept reasserting it. You don't understand science. So after the third time of defining what science is, it's like, you're just obfuscating the hell out of this. There's no point. And from now on, I'm sick of it, really. I don't want to define science 16 times while it tells me the body of science proves R 16 times. Just, nah, sod off. You've obviously got nothing.
Ours proven. I heard you getting ready to kick him out on the third occasion, so I realised he was probably going to get kicked. But that also coincided with the
everything you guys say is wrong. Like, gravity is proven, R is proven. All your arguments are wrong.
Are you a geodetic surveyor? How do you know it's right? Like, have you ever done that stuff? Do you know how to do it?
No.
Well, then you don't know how they measure R, do you?
P-Mars, how do you feel that I've just had a minibus full of kids all being told that the Earth's not a sphere?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, now they've all been told that there's no proof for gravity, and they're all going to hopefully go away and think, I wonder what that crazy bastard was on about.
Well, all they have to do is research, and they can find that you're wrong about everything you say.
All
So,
right, so have you got any gravity evidence, P-Mars?
of course, I've presented it to you countless times.
All right, well, what was it? Remind me.
Well, there's the one with we had a pyramid on a string being weighed by a scale, and we increased the weight of the pyramid by adding more mass underneath the pyramid.
Go on.
And that's it. That proves gravity.
Sorry, you think?
You know what I saw David Blaine do, mate?
Sorry, you think that's proof of gravity?
No, it is proof of gravity. You're an idiot.
What kind of proof is it? Is it scientific proof?
Empirical proof. It's empirical evidence.
Proof. Really?
You know who David Copperfield is?
Do you know who Adolf Hitler is?
Sorry,
sure.
I'm still trying to figure out how a triangle being weighed gives us proof of gravity, and why this isn't so thoroughly well known. If it's a proof of gravity,
you blame the Jews for gravity?
Sorry, just tell us, P. Why isn't it that this is commonly known? I don't understand. This is new to me.
Why are you so racist?
I'm not
racist.
P,
why
are
you a dick?
You guys are anti-Semites.
We're trying to get proof of gravity.
This is just a red herring.
Yeah,
you're not trying to get proof of gravity because you wouldn't go on YouTube, for one, if that was true.
Well, we know all the arguments for gravity, P. So this is a new one.
Yeah, but you just what? No. I presented this. I showed you the experiment.
Really?
I don't ever remember that you showing anybody this
experiment.
I did. I showed it on your panel.
So it is scientific evidence then. Excellent. So you could establish for us the independent, dependent variables for the hypothesis and show us the systematic experimentation done to validate the independent variable as the cause, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Do you want to show us that?
No.
Yeah, you see, the problem is the independent variable would have to be gravity, which would mean that you as a researcher would have to vary and manipulate.
They do!
Really? So they vary and manipulate the bending of space-time in this experiment?
Yes.
Really? I'd love to see that. Let me see somebody vary and manipulate the bending of space-time. Let me see it.
You just want to deny it. You don't care
Sorry,
about evidence.
let me see. You've claimed scientific proof of gravity.
I already showed it to you.
No, show it me now. Show me this independent variable of the bending of space-time being varied by someone dangling a triangle.
Why is that funny?
You take your time, P. This is supposed to be
'Cause you're a
scientific
fucking
proof of
moron.
gravity.
I'm not
something
a
you don't
moron.
have.
Why am I a moron?
Because
you're denying an
this is-
experiment.
you think this is an experiment?
You're just
Well,
all you're doing. It is an experiment.
No, it's not.
You
If it was an experiment, it would have a hypothesis.
You can vary the variables.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
P, a hypothesis test. That's what an experiment is. Hypothesis
Yes,
test.
this is an experiment. I'm talking about an experiment.
An
There's
experiment
many
is a
experiments that prove
hypothesis
gravity.
test. I'm telling you, a hypothesis test is what you've got there if you've got an experiment. So let's hear the hypothesis.
Matt, dude, I don't really want to do this with you.
There's no proof of gravity, P.
There is.
Moron.
You're a fucking retard. I'm not a moron. There's an experiment that proves gravity. Yeah, you're a nerd.
P-Bars, we enjoy you coming, man. You make us all feel intelligent.
Yeah. I appreciate
Why?
you, P. Because you're dumb and you make us feel better
Yeah.
about
I'm not
life.
dumb.
Because we're not dumb. You are.
No, you are retarded.
Really?
Yes.
That's an
we might-
excellent
we don't-
hypothesis.
Because the Earth isn't flat. It's obviously a sphere.
Obviously an observer of the sphere, right?
Yes.
P.
Why is that funny?
Because it's not. Because it's just a manipulation
no
of
evidence.
mathematics. That's why.
There is evidence. It's not a manipulation of You know what's a manipulation of mathematics? Is you guys with the Metabunk curve calculator. That's a manipulation of mathematics.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That's exactly it. That is the Metabunk mathematical manipulation that we're talking
You're
about.
creating a straw man fallacious argument to say that the Earth is flat.
What are you talking about?
Talking about your curve calculator.
It's not
stuff
my
that you
curve
do when you
calculator,
say
retard.
that
It's yours.
We
You think
shouldn't
the
be
Earth's
able
a
to
sphere.
see something.
It's not my calculator,
that we can
retard.
see.
Hello? It's not my calculator, it's yours. God, you don't even know whose the calculator is.
You know what the circumference of the globe is, Pete?
Not off the top of my head.
You don't know it. You
Pete!
fucking retard.
What are we playing with here?
What? I'm way more intelligent than all of you.
Really?
Yeah, it's not even close.
You don't know.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I think you could add up all your brains together, and you wouldn't even equal what I got going on here. So
That's excellent.
Yeah, but you don't
That's lovely.
the circumference of the Earth, though, right?
why
Hold
would
on,
I know that?
Let's try my last tact when I asked him about radius. What is circumference, P?
He just said, "Why would I know that?" Wow.
Wow.
Forget what the circumference of Earth is, right? What is circumference?
Well, why do you deny experiments, Nathan?
I don't. I can define what an experiment is.
Does he?
It's a hypothesis test, right? That's what an experiment is. So if you're testing a hypothesis, an experiment, then first you must have a hypothesis.
There is a hypothesis and an independent variable.
Excellent.
In
So
the
the
experiment.
cause of it is gravity, right?
Gravity, yeah, mass attracts mass.
No. Bending of space-time, P.
Yeah, bending of space-time.
No, not mass
attracts
attracting mass then.
What's funny? I don't get it.
Because you don't know what gravity even is. You don't know what you're trying to prove, which
What
is
it
amusing.
is.
You're telling us you've got it all going on up here, right? But then you say mass attracting mass, and I've just told you, oh, so this experiment will show somebody bending space-time. Right, P? Hello?
Yeah, but what bends space-time?
Nobody's bending
Your
any
mom's gonna
space-time,
bend
P. Let's get that clear. Nobody.
What makes unicorns fart, Pete?
What do unicorns have to do with anything?
Well, that's like you asking what bends space-time.
No, it's not at all.
What flavor
It's a
carrots
false-
does Rudolph
That's a
and
false
Donna and Blitz
equivalency
probably-
logical fallacy, Nathan.
Whoa, check him out.
No, it's the same. It's the same, P. What
No, it's
makes
not the same.
unicorns
It's false
fart?
equivalency? Because there's evidence for gravity. We have
What's the evidence?
experimentation that proves gravity is
What
real.
is it?
Excellent.
There's
So
no
what's the
experiment
hypothesis
that
again?
proves unicorns are real. So I don't find your example very compelling.
Cool. What's the hypothesis for the experiment with the dangling triangle?
That mass attracts mass.
That's a hypothesis, is it? No, that's an effect. Half a hypothesis.
No,
You'd also
no,
need.
it's the hypothesis.
You'd also need a cause. So that's half a hypothesis, an effect, dependent variable. Dependent variable only. So what's the
There is a
independent
cause.
variable?
Mass,
So what
mass is the
causes?
cause. Mass
So what
cause
causes
is
mass
an
attracting mass? P.
attractive force
P.
called gravity.
P. Try to listen.
Why
So
can't
what-
you understand gravity?
P. In a hypothesis,
You're
you
so
have
thick.
two things: a cause and an effect. The presumed cause is your independent variable. The
Right.
presumed wait for it, P. Trying to educate a Dumbo. So the effect is your observed phenomena. You're saying mass attracting mass. So the cause would be gravity.
Mass.
Yeah, that's an effect.
Mass.
So what's
Mass?
the cause? You're a Dumbo. In science, you're trying to
No.
establish the cause of the effect. If you're saying mass attracts mass, that's an effect, and the cause would
Right,
be
mass
the cause
causes
would be
an
what, P?
attractive force between mass.
No,
And
P.
on-
You have
mass,
no
mass-
idea
mass
mass.
doesn't
how
have a
it works.
force,
That's not how
P.
it works. It is
We're
how it
trying
works.
to establish that with the experiment, P. Don't just assert it. So the independent variable.
Experiment shows it.
You're just gonna right, P. Do you want to get kicked out? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, I mean, you want to kick me out because you're wrong.
I do, because you're an asshole.
No, you're wrong.
No, I'm trying to explain to you that in a hypothesis, you have both the cause, presumed cause, independent variable, and the effect. So far, you've said mass attracts mass. That's an effect. Now, I'm asking you for the cause. Everyone else on the panel knows it's gravity, but you just won't say it. You rumpus me every time I get to this stage.
It's mass, dude.
So, the cause of mass attracting mass is mass. You're an idiot.
Yes.
Mass attracts mass,
What?
cause mass. No, Pete. You're trying to prove gravity, not mass. You Dumbo. This argument is about the thing I'm trying to get you to say. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're a total buffoon. I mean, you claim you're clever, but you're literally dumb.
Why?
P, the other thing is, P, that is not the current science for gravity anyway. Current science for gravity is the bending of space-time, dude.
I didn't say anything that goes against the bending of space-time.
You said mass attracts mass.
Yes.
That's been superseded
True.
by Einsteinian
Yeah,
gravity. The bending of space-time. Try to pay
that's not true.
attention.
The mass causes the space-time to bend.
So
So-
you're saying the
What you're
effect
saying
is
is
now.
wrong.
So the effect is now not mass attracting mass. The effect is now space-time bending. Hello.
No, it's the same thing.
No, they are fundamentally different. That's why
How?
they use different words.
They're not different. How
If
are
they were the
different?
same, they'd be the same. P. Mass attracting mass is the same as a mass attracting a mass. Bending space-time is very different to mass attracting mass. That's why they use different words.
It's not different.
Yeah,
No,
that's why they
don't-
use different
they
words.
use different words for things that are the same all the time, so that's not an argument.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, like you're a buffoon and a moron.
Sure.
Pete, have you actually heard your arguments?
Yeah.
Have you actually listened to what you're saying?
Yes, Runty. You little runt. You little runt of the litter. The
Kick
fly
him out.
litter.
Some of the
Yeah,
nonsense,
kick out the truth.
nonsense that you guys come up with.
Nonsense. I haven't said anything that's
Looming,
nonsense.
looming, bending
Bending
of
space-time.
space-time. I mean, come on.
Well, what the hell? You guys do the same thing with the angle. You say an angle of view causes a curve in something that's flat. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's not what we say.
You have to make
No
up. You have to
curves
make
in
up
anything.
all these.
We never say curve.
You have to
No
make up
curve.
ad hoc hypotheses to explain the curve that we see on the Earth. You can't just
Give
say
demonstrations. Do you want to see it? Do you want me to show
what we
you, Pete?
observe is what we're seeing.
You have to use
Do you want me to show you?
Pythagoras instead of
I'll show you,
trigonometry
P.
to measure how far away things are because you think it's a curve.
You want me to show you, P? P, do you want me to show you?
What? No.
Yeah, simple demonstration of lowering your angle of view and it causing things to disappear from bottom up.
It doesn't.
I'm asking, you're saying it doesn't, and I'm saying, would you like me to show you?
No, you're gonna.
Okay. No worries, P. I won't then. No problem.
You're gonna
Go in
sell me
peace.
something that's not true.
Ignorance is bliss. Just claim it doesn't happen. Stick your head in the sand, stick your fingers in your ears, and go, la 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 la, Earth's a globe, la 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 la.
It is a ball, it is a ball.
La 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 la, Earth's a ball, you're all liars, la 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 la.
You mean like what you do?
That's not what I do. I'm offering to
It's
give you a
exactly
demonstration
what
of
you
what I claim. That's what I'm offering, and you've said no. So, okay, no worries. It's not a problem. I don't care what you believe. You can believe I'm a liar, P, that's fine.
You are a liar.
Take solace. Okay, good for you. Take solace in that.
Okay. The
So
boy
anyway.
who cried wolf.
What are you talking about? We're not crying anything. When we see something on the horizon, like the Isle of Man at 80 miles, P, we're not crying wolf. It's actually a photograph of the Isle of Man at 80 miles. We see it. You claim it's not really there. It's a hologram. So, what are you talking about? Cry wolf, what are you talking about? We do see it. It is there. It's in the picture.
I never claimed that it wasn't there, so that's a straw man.
Yeah, no,
for
but your
one.
worldview is that, Pete. I don't care what you claim. You're insignificant.
it's
You're
not.
nobody. Nobody gives a flying crap what you think, Pete. I'm telling you what the globe model dictates should be there or shouldn't be there, not what you think. Nobody gives a toss what you think.
Your interpretation of my worldview is inaccurate.
Not your worldview. I'll say it again. Nobody gives a flying crap what P. Mars thinks. You're an insignificant nobody, and nobody cares what your worldview is. The globe model, on the other hand, says the Isle of Man isn't really there. It's a looming, refractive hologram effect, because Earth curves blocking it, but we do still see it, but it isn't really there. That's not P. Mars's worldview. That's the worldview of about 5 billion people.
You're the only one that has that opinion.
No. That's the worldview of the globe model and what it dictates we should or shouldn't see based on an assumption of a radius.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, you got you got the math wrong on purpose.
That's real. That's real. Yeah.
You purposely get the math incorrect so you think you have a flat earth argument
really?
when you don't.
Oh, can I tell you something about the math, P? See, in things like Miles Davis's picture, he claims that he's got a specific fixed angle to the first thing he observes. But in your calculator, every time you take a measurement to something in the distance, it angles the camera further down. A physical impossibility in reality, because when you open the shutter, you fix the angle. But your calculator keeps adjusting that angle a little bit further down for every single meter you go further out in distance. Now that's a manipulation of real-world data, because you can't manipulate the angle. The angle to this turbine and the angle to the Isle of Man behind it are fixed when you take the picture, but your calculator changes the angle to make it work better on a presumed sphere. So, am I misrepresenting the maths by changing the actual angle we view things at for each target we measure? Or are you the globe head who thinks he's on a sphere and would use the curve calculator to claim that things are so hidden because you've actually changed the angle that you view it?
I don't think you got any of that.
I have no idea what you said, dude.
Yeah, that's because you're dumb.
That's what I thought.
That's because you're dumb, P.
Hey, Pete, do you know what? Do you know
I'm
what
really
angle
intelligent,
you-
actually.
Really? The camera can't angle down once you've taken the picture, but your maths for the curve does force you to say you've angled further down to see something further away, even though as soon as you open the shutter, The camera doesn't change position. This picture on screen now is taken at a fixed angle, but the calculator keeps angling the camera further and further down as you look further and further out. That's a fact, P. Now, I've explained it twice. You still don't understand. I could dumb it down a bit more so that your super brain can cope with it.
I can't trust anything you say because you're a liar.
You can double check it.
Why are you here?
Double check it. Go and have a look at Walter Bislin's
I'm
calculator.
here to call Nathan a liar.
Yeah, go and have a look at it. Check it out. Check out Walter Bislin's calculator. The further you look, the more you angle your camera down.
Right.
No, not right. We don't do that. We fix the angle, but that's how your maths misrepresents the world. Yours being a generic term, not P Mars. No one gives a shit what you think.
Yeah, the
I
math
care.
works out.
I care
correctly.
what you think, P Mars. I care. Just
I
don't get
take it all back.
suicidal, okay?
Flat and
I
Earth
care.
cares. I take it all back. So yeah, so the curve maths misrepresent the world. They also completely exclude perspective by way of using whole numbers. So a 10-foot
Not
wall
true.
is a 10-foot wall regardless of distance, when in reality it's got smaller. The angular size has got smaller. It looks smaller, but that's ignored again in the curve calculator. They use whole numbers only.
Hey, P.
Alternatively, you can just disbelieve everything I say, stick your head in the sand, stick your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la, you're a liar.
Well, yeah, you are a liar. I wouldn't trust you.
Good choice, good choice. Go in peace.
You have a huge bias that the Earth is flat. So anything you say
Not at
has
all.
your bias.
Say it again. Look
Attached
at the
to
Isle
it.
of Man and just say there it is. See this lighthouse on screen right now, P? I've done this 4 times with you. I just see that lighthouse and no further explanation is required. No magical thinking, no assuming there's an Earth curve in the way, but we are having a projection of it lifted up from beyond the curve. We don't have to assume anything. We just look at it and go, there it is, lighthouse.
That's not true.
Really?
Yeah, you have to assume the reliability of your sense experience in terms of induction, which is a dogmatic claim you can't justify.
Sorry, I just see a
You have to-
lighthouse.
You have to also assume the uniformity of nature.
I just see a lighthouse, Rumpus. I don't see anything other than a lighthouse.
Well, you're making assumptions that you can't justify. So
What, like assuming it's not there, but we still see it, like the globe.
but you wanna believe, you wanna have faith.
No, no,
that
I
you
do
don't
see
have
it.
any
No,
faith
no, I do
when,
see it.
In fact,
I,
you
no,
do.
no faith. No,
So-
no, you don't get it, P.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
I'm not
Larry.
believing it, P. It is
You're
there. I do see it. It is real. No
Yeah,
belief
you're
needed.
dogmatic. I got it.
No dogma. It's just a picture of a lighthouse. There's no dogma in saying there's a lighthouse.
Oh, there is a dogma. I suggest you read Klein's paper titled "The Two Dogmas of
Really?
Empiricism."
Okay, let's have a try with this picture, right? If I say tree, right? There's a tree. You see that tree? Tree. Is that dogma? Tree.
The empiricist epistemology relies on dogma, Nathan. So yes, I'm telling you,
It's just a tree,
have
P.
two
No, it's
dogmatic
not
claims you
dogma.
can't justify. Yeah,
Just
even
a
when you're
tree.
looking at a tree, you
just a tree, P.
You're saying there's the uniformity of nature, and you're saying you have the reliability of your sense experience.
No,
in
you
terms
just
of
made that up.
induction.
I
You
didn't
can't
say any
prove
of that.
You can't
No,
prove
no.
either of those.
No, I didn't say that, P. You've just made all that up. I said
No,
tree.
that's-
You see,
No, it's
you're
because
making
you're not looking
things far more
philosophically.
complicated than they are. I say tree, and you give me a load of word salad. and
You're
tell me
trying
I've
to
said that.
simplify things so you can win an argument. like you're being
Oversimplify a tree?
hypocrite.
It's
You're
a tree.
hypocrite.
How simple do you want it to be? It's a tree. And also,
I'm saying you're a
lighthouse.
hypocrite because
Lighthouse.
you
tree,
have you have
lighthouse.
dogmatic claims you can't justify.
Oh, my
and
bad.
you're giving
So
people
I look at a
crap
lighthouse
for-
and say lighthouse, and that's dogmatic.
Yes.
I look at a tree and go tree, and that's dogmatic.
I told you. Klein
All right.
wrote it.
My
Philosophers
bad.
have torn. the
What I should
empiricism
be
apart.
doing, is looking at a lighthouse and going, I wonder if a begging the question, perspective hijacking proof of nothing curve calculator says I should or shouldn't see that lighthouse. And when it says I shouldn't see it, I should then say, I wonder if I assume the Earth is a sphere and that light bends around that sphere at a given radius value, that I should then see it, given that we shouldn't see it because the model says I shouldn't see it. That's not dogma. That's normal. That's a normal way to think, isn't it, P?
Look, man, it's dogma. I don't know what to tell you. You're committing dogma, and then you're telling other people that they're dogmatic while you're being dogmatic.
I just see a lighthouse and say lighthouse. I just see a tree and say tree. Lighthouse. There it is, a lighthouse. There's a tree. And I don't need any explanation for why I see it. I just see it. I open my eyes, I see it's there. That's the end of my explanation. And your explanation on the globe side is, yeah, you can see it. But according to the begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator, it isn't really there. It's obscured by Earth curve. But we do see it because the light is being bent around that Earth curve I say is blocking it even though you can see it and bringing it back into view as a hologram. Now that's not dogmatic thinking. That's realistic thinking. And when I just say lighthouse, that's dogma.
Are you acting stupid on purpose or what?
No, that's not acting stupid. I'm saying I say lighthouse and put a picture of a lighthouse on and get accused of being dogmatic. No, I just see a lighthouse. And then when I compare it to a tree and go, there's a tree, you go, yeah, you're being dogmatic. And then you give me a load of word salad telling me and everyone on the panel that that's what I said. And I didn't say any of it. I said tree.
You can read. Look, Nathan, there's a philosopher named Klein who wrote a paper titled The Two Dogmas of Empiricism. And he explains in that paper how an empiricistic epistemology makes two dogmatic claims that the empiricists can't justify. So in trying to eliminate dogma, you are committing dogma and you're being a hypocrite.
I'm not doing any of the above. I'm saying there's a tree.
Nathan, I mean, you can read the paper or not, but
Sorry,
you're wrong. So
anybody on the panel?
Philosophers have ripped your position apart.
Sorry, I just say tree, and you think a philosopher. I point at a tree with my mouse and go tree.
Your position.
Let's try again. Let's try it with something else. Let's try it. See if this is dogmatic. Boat. Boat.
I think PMAS is struggling with philosophy over empiricism. Philosophy doesn't trump empiricism, P. Sorry.
There's a boat, P. Boat.
Philosophy. I didn't say philosophy trumps empiricism.
This
I said
dogma.
empiricism makes two dogmatic claims that the empiricists can't justify.
Yeah, my claim. Here's my claim. Tell me where the dogma lies. This is my claim. Listen carefully. Boat. That's my claim. One word. Boat. Am I being dogmatic? Are you having me on? Are you stupid?
Are you stupid?
No, you are. You're giving me a massive amount of word salad when I point at a tree and go, there's a tree. And that's the end of my explanation. No dogma, just I see a tree and say tree. Kids could do it. Like literally a 2-year-old, my kid, could probably point at a tree and go, tree! Right? Now, she might not be able to say lighthouse, but she can still point at it and recognise that she sees something. Yeah? And I point at it and go lighthouse and get accused of dogma.
Now that is a word salad. What I did was concise and clear. I pointed out a paper you can read for yourself, written by a philosopher smarter than me.
Why would I need to do that when I'm just pointing out a tree?
You're wrong.
Why do I need to read about philosophy when I'm just pointing out a tree? Let's try this.
Well, you're an idiot.
Let's try this one.
You're an idiot.
Why do I need? Why do I need philosophy for this one? Let's try it. Let's see if you can stop rumpusing.
Don't read a paper.
Let's just try.
Let's
just tell me. You just explain it to me. Take me through it. Fence post.
Yeah, where do you find the time to research when you're?
I see a fence post. Why do I now need to go and read upon philosophy? I just see a fence post. So is that what's the issue? Why do I need to now know about philosophy to look at and say what I see? I see a fence post.
Holy fuck, man!
Oh my god! I see. It's just like, you know, I spy a lighthouse. No, you bloody dogmatic idiot! You need to assume Earth curves away in the way of that lighthouse, and you need to assume that light is being bent around that curve that's blocking the view of that lighthouse, 7/6 of the radius of that curve, and that's why we can see it, because my model says so. Don't be so dogmatic and just say lighthouse, stupid 2-year-old. Don't point at things and say you can see them. Don't be so silly and childish. Not lighthouse, slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena lighthouse. Get it right, dogmatic idiot. Is that right, P? Not lighthouse.
Yeah,
Slightly looming
nice word
non-standard
salad.
refraction hyena lighthouse, right?
Yeah, cool word salad.
Not word salad. My word for that thing is lighthouse. End of story for me. For you, slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena hologram of a lighthouse. Because you think Earth curve blocks the view of it, and it's being bent back around the curve of the Earth. So, not my word salad. I just understand your religion better than you do.
I didn't put those words in your mouth, Nathan. You put them in
those
your
are the
mouth.
reality of your worldview. If you
I
think
never
you're on
said
a
any of those
model
words
of an Earth.
that you claim I said.
But P Mars, other ballers have. Other
Nobody
ballers have
cares
come
what
in
you
and
say,
used those
P.
words. That's where Nathan gets that
So,
from.
some flat earthers say, like Arwen, he says crazy fucking shit.
Yeah.
So what?
So, slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena hologram of a lighthouse. That's not crazy shit.
Some flat earthers, the only reason they believe the earth is flat is because it says so in the Bible, right?
Well, no, I believe it because I see a lighthouse. And I just go, lighthouse.
Should I just say y'all believe in the Bible's flat earths?
I say it again. I see a lighthouse and go, lighthouse. That's it. No Bible.
So you must.
I say mountain range. Globus say false. Looming. I say boat. And then they go, well, that's not looming. And I say wind turbine. They say, well, that's not looming. Only the mounting is looming. You talk about us guys.
That hologram,
Nathan,
is it, P? Is
try
it
Nathan.
logical
Nathan,
to see that and go
what's
hologram?
this?
Your eyes are circular.
What's this, Nath?
The hologram.
Do you play the
Slightly looming
side
non-standard
of the
refraction
globe?
hyena hologram of a mountain.
Do you want to be a glober here? Nathan, what's this? Or shall I call you Rumpus? What's this?
Mountain.
Is it really there?
Oh, I can't be certain. Should I check a slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena hologram projection dreams mathematical calculation to see if I can see it or not?
Yeah, the curve calculator is going to tell you whether it's there or it's not. Not your eyes, not the camera. That's not going to tell you. The only thing that could tell you is the Earth curve calculator.
You can't trust your eyes, Ranty, because sometimes we see a curve, so we
I
have
can.
to create an elaborate reason, an
Check it
excuse
out.
for why we see a curve with our eyes. Because
Hands
we're
up who
flat
disagrees
earthers and
with
there
me.
can't be
Let's
curve.
see. I can't trust my eyes. Hands up who disagrees.
We're dogmatic.
Let's see who disagrees. Mountain. Who disagrees? Anybody? Pete, you're the one supposed to be disagreeing, saying it's a slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena hologram of a mountain. Hello? You
Why do you
don't
sound
see
so
it, P.
nervous?
It's not really there for you, P. We just see it and go mountain, boat, lighthouse. Not a problem for us. Big problem for you.
It's not a problem. You're just a hater.
We just can't trust what we can see. Right, P?
Only the Earth
I think you
curve.
can.
Oh, well,
You
that's okay.
worship
Then the Earth is flat, P.
curve calculator.
Then the Earth's flat, P. Obviously.
Maybe.
Definitely. Obviously and observably.
Except for when you observe a curve, then you have to create an ad hoc hypothesis to explain why we see
Yeah, but
a
you have to
curve.
show the curve. Show
What
that it's a
curve?
curve you're observing.
When do we see a curve?
Never.
You guys
All
show
the
us
time.
things being obstructed and then say it's curved. You don't
Right.
show us curves, P. Come on, man.
We show you curve all the time, man.
Won't show us
Yeah,
curve.
okay.
Show, man. We show you curve, man. You want to see some curve, man?
Go on then.
Come on.
Let's have a look.
Yeah,
What you got?
let's have a look. I'll stop sharing. You can show us.
Come on.
Nice try, P.
As a curve.
By the way, Nathan, how cool is that boat image?
Oh, superb.
I hope you've downloaded it yourself.
I have downloaded them now, yeah. Onto my phone. Still haven't
That
got my
one that
iPad.
I've just posted in the side chat.
I'm not in a cult.
You are, you're in a globe cult.
Nathan.
In the side chat.
Yeah, it says boat /IOM.
You mean in Skype, don't you?
Yeah, you want to get hold of
got
that
it.
image.
Yeah, got it. Beautiful.
That's awesome. That's such an awesome image.
I can't quite get over that you're seeing 80 plus miles. So badass.
I'm going to go further. I'm going to go. I told you, didn't I? I'm going to go to them. There's a mountain behind that that's about 3 miles further away, but it's also twice the height. So it's like 400 meters high. But from that observation point, I shouldn't be able to see Douglas. So if I can see Douglas, or watch a boat coming out from the harbour.
I don't think you will. It's the same as when you said you were looking for the lighthouse. I don't think it's going to be big enough. I just don't think you'll get to see a boat coming out of the harbour.
Well, if I can see the harbour itself, that would be, or the town surrounding it.
You might just see the harbour, but again, like, you're not going to get... It's like comparing what you get to Barrow at 20 miles with when you go up to like 30 miles. Suddenly you can't resolve any of it. It's so small. But when you're at 20 miles, you can see cars and shit. So I just think the boats would be too small to see it. I mean, it's 80 miles.
I know.
Of course, on their representation of a flat world, you can see everything forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny how the Rumpus came in today and he said, "Well, that's just in a static environment that doesn't have any weather conditions." Yeah. But yet, when we talk about weather conditions, they conveniently ignore it.
Yeah.
How does the sun put the shadow of a mountain on the underside of a cloud?
Perspective again, P. Things drop as they get further away from you. Well, you laugh.
I'd like to see you demonstrate that.
Yeah, no problem. That can easily be demonstrated.
Use perspective to put. You can put a light source up.
Hold on, Pete. Do you want me to give you an explanation or not? Just want to throw it out there with no response.
I know your explanation is bullshit, so I really don't care.
No, you do just want to throw it out there without any rebuttal. No opportunity for rebuttal from us. Then you just want to throw it out there. Okay, P. That proves the Earth is a ball. Well done. You bested us, P. Good job.
It does.
Excellent, P. Take solace in that.
I won.
You did. Tap yourself on the back. You won this battle by refusing to listen to an alternative point of view. Well done.
I learned that technique from you, Nathan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watch you ignore tons of arguments. So now I learned how to do it. It took a while.
Really?
Yeah, I think it took about 100 times of you doing it for me to really get how it works.
There are no arguments that are any good, P. There's nothing been presented that's decent. Literally nothing. And on that extended silence, I think I'll say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the debating panel for making this after show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the audience in the Nathan Oakley channel for tuning into this premiere. If you hated the show, then dislike and then smash the dislike button again. But if you like the show, maybe consider sharing it with a friend or subscribing if you've not done so already. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!